This vegetable is 5,000 years old, was worshipped by pharaohs, and still makes your pee smell weird. Let's talk about the history of asparagus. So our first recorded records of asparagus showing up are as early as 3000 BCE. The Greeks and the Romans were also equally obsessed with this. They started to believe that it was a diuretic and an aphrodisiac. So have you ever felt ooh la la after eating asparagus? And Hippocrates, the father of medicine, was said to have prescribed this for diarrhea and toothaches. But dear God, please, in modern times, please go see a medical professional. And then we've got the Dark Ages, and asparagus is like fading into the distance, and people are like, where did asparagus go? Because there was like a lot of stuff going on. It was bubonic plague, and asparagus was probably not the top priority. But then cut to the 1600s, and asparagus is back, baby. And Louis XIV was said to have been so obsessed with asparagus that he had a greenhouse built just so that he could have this year round. Even US presidents were very into it. Washington grew asparagus. Jefferson, forever a foodie, he had meticulous notes about his asparagus beds in Monticello. And nobody loves asparagus more than Germany. In fact, they even have a time of year seasonally when it is growing called Spargelzeit, which means asparagus time. So that's fun. And if you've ever seen or had white asparagus, well, that is all man-made. It's a long and arduous process. It has to be grown underground, but then meticulously buried and covered so that it never kind of like shoots up and it becomes a thing to meet the daylight. It's like a vampire asparagus. The texture is a little bit different. The flavor is a little bit different. It is also very, very much celebrated in Germany. In fact, all of Germany during this asparagus season, they will consume, and I'm not kidding, 100,000 tons of white asparagus every year. And to briefly touch on like the pee thing, this is all kind of due to genetics. So you could or could not have your urine smell, which is due to asparagusic acid, which is a compound that's similar to like sulfur, so it has like a weird smell. But depending on your personal biology and chemistry, you could or could not produce something like that. On the flip side, could also smell or not smell it, all due to biology. And if you want to learn more about the history of asparagus, you can check out the video on YouTube at the I Am Sprung channel, or you can listen as a podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for Sprung on Food.